This is Rogue Wing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Okay, weather's been cooperating, so I was able to get outside today and get some paint on the bikes. Ignore the blobs of red clay. They are only there to keep the bikes in place while I moved it because I drilled the holes all the way through the base. Now, give them a base coat of gray and then a coat of black over that, and their current color should come as no surprise to any of you who watch the Razor Wing build. Done them up in graphite dust. Now at this point, all they really need is their accent colors and some shading, and they'll be ready to go. Still need to work on the figures, which are outside right now getting primered. They'll probably also get a base coat of graphite dust, but they won't get the black undercoat because I don't want to build up too much paint on the figures and lose the detail. Okay, really quick update here. Mostly just showing that the figures now have their base coat of graphite dust as well. As you can see, I'm obviously still going to have to go in and paint whatever skin sections I decide to show. The riders may pose a little more of a challenge, but by the same token, they'll require less detail because nobody's really going to be looking at them. They're going to be looking at her. And, you know, as you can see, most of the detail is still there. I don't know how well this thing's focusing at close up, but I wish it did a little better. Going to be some interesting paint when the time comes for it. Okay, after taking a couple of days off, mostly because I was tired from work, got some more work done on this. As you can see, I've added some color to the bikes. Instead of actually going in and painting most of the colors, the copperish color and the goldish tint that are showing up here are purely from dry brushing over the graphite dust. And then went in and with the red ink picked out various areas on the chariot, if you will. Same idea on the other bikes. Copper dry brush, followed by gold dry brush, and then red to pick out the details. I left the main sections of the bikes untouched as far as paint went. Well, as far as dry brush and extra color went, just to help section it a little better. A little closer look at the Archon bike again here. All in all, I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far. Also started working on the figures. Same idea. Dry brush copper over the graphite dust. In this one's case, I went in and painted the face over the graphite dust coat, and it's actually doing a fairly decent job. Hopefully the stills will show it better, of bringing out the shadows in his face. His hair was just a quick wash or quick coat of red ink. The other rider got a much simpler approach. I'll probably go in and pick out the lenses on his visor in metallic blue, but all I really did here was a quick dry brush in copper over the graphite dust, and then the trailing ponytail in the red ink. And last but not least is the boss lady. See if I can get a little better detail to show if I just zoom in on her instead of holding her. Graphite dust base coat, then dry brushed her in both copper and gold. Face was done with a flesh tone, and then the hair and a couple of areas on her suit were picked out in the red ink. All in all, that's where the build sits right now. Obviously, I've still got a little detail work to do, notably finishing up the base and adding the chain reins. But for right now, we're getting really close.